Time now for sports on Max 98.3. Sports brought to you by Coca-Cola, Hoosier Tire, Marion's University Ancilla College, First Federal Bank, Big B Coffee, McDonald's, Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, Bourbon Street Pizza, Culver Portside Marina, Marshall County REMC, the Pilot News Group, Marshall County Fiber, Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. The Coca-Cola pregame is up next.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Who do I perform for? I perform for all the awesome composers whose music deserves to be heard.
I perform for all the stagehands who make sure I never miss a cue.
I perform for our high school choir director who taught me to breathe from the diaphragm and sing from the heart.
Speech, debate, theater, music. The performing arts teach valuable life lessons that typically aren't taught in the classroom. They help high school students learn leadership skills that prepare them to enjoy more satisfying, productive lives.
I perform for Mrs. Evans, my high school debate coach, who has helped me become more confident than I ever dreamed possible.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high school in your community.
Hey, I got a question for you. Who will you perform for?
Time now for the Coca-Cola pregame show.
And we are live at Culver High School. Rusty Nixon with Joe McKee, and it is the Cavaliers taking on Triton tonight. Both teams out getting ready to go. We're getting ready to go. A beautiful night for football. Looks like everything's ready.
It's a great night, great weather, a little bit of wind, but sun shining, 63 degrees about. Each team coming in at 1-1. Really looking forward to tonight.
Triton wants to keep this thing going. They got a big win a week ago against Bremen. Culver wants to continue to establish this culture. They've got a lot of really good young kids on this football team. They are young, though, so this is a big game for them to face up against a team with a little bit more seasoning.
They are young. They got 14 freshmen and only 6 seniors on the roster, so it's going to be a learning experience, but we were able to see Triton last week and a lot of talent over there.
Let's take a break. We come back. We will have our injury report. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week, Culver versus Triton.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Who's in, who's out? Here's the Hoosier Tire Injury Report.
Week number 3, and everybody is in. The trainers obviously doing their job, but we're in the early part of the season. Everybody is healthy and available to go on both sides of the field here tonight, and that's our injury report brought to you by Hoosier Tire. Stay tuned. We are going to talk to the coaches coming up right after this.
Looking for a stable career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour with potential at $25 an hour within a year. quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
Coach's Corner brought to you by Marion's University and Silla College.
Austin Faust joins us on Thursday Night Lights, and this is a neat game. It's going to be our game of the week here on Max 98.3. Triton is at Culver. And, they kind of got their nose bloodied the first week. You got yours bloodied last week. I mean, you got two teams that are wanting to keep a streak going. And, first of all, though, let's talk about last week. I mean, what did you see that you liked, first of all, from your guys Friday?
I thought the biggest thing maybe is more kind of our mentality, attitude kind of thing. Things that, again, that maybe it doesn't get shown, but, we talked to our guys. We had kids coming off the field just not making excuses. I mean, at least just telling us, like, Coach, that, that one was my fault. I didn't read my right key, or I went here, I didn't run this right, that kind of thing. And really that's something that, we've kind of been fighting maybe the last couple of years where, you try to coach a kid up and really kind of the first thing you get is, kind of an excuse or, almost a kind of victim mentality kind of thing. And our kids didn't have that. Our kids owned up to it. They recognized it. And, I thought film session was a good film session on Monday because it was just really just kind of showing the guys like, all right, here's this, for us offensively. All right, here we run this play. We get stuffed. Here we run the exact same play and we, hit it for 15 yards. And what's the big difference, right? And we just talked about what the effort looks like on that play and, the difference and the consistency. Did the same thing defensively. We were able to stop this play this time, but here's the play they ran and we didn't stop it. And I thought our kids kind of understood that. We've been really trying to focus on getting those practice reps try to get as full game speed reps as possible. And I thought, Tuesday's practice, our kids did a good job of pushing each other and kind of demanding it from each other.
That's a big thing when you got a young team, but it's got to feel good that they're stepping up and taking responsibility for themselves.
Yeah, I mean that's huge. It starts with our senior class, and again we got a good group of kids. From senior on down to freshmen, and especially with as many freshmen we have, and I think that's a good group. The foundation that's trying to be led, so these kids understand. This is the standard, and the standard's like this, and we got guys that, that, again, if they make a mistake or something, you can talk to them, show it, they own up to it, and you can really try to see them focusing on being better and not making that stuff. And that's huge, when you're coaching kids. And now the next step, we're trying to get to is that consistency, being able to do the same thing over and over and over again. And that's a hard thing to do, even, in life and with adults and things like that, right? It's hard to do the same thing over and over again and be consistent. It's an easy thing to say, but a hard thing to do, as we tell our kids. And, that's what we're just trying to kind of reinforce this week in practice.
I got to say, though, that accountability, that leads to the consistency, and that's got to make you feel pretty confident.
Yeah, it does. It takes, our older guys stepping up and, understanding. And, we keep telling our kids, because that's kind of been the message all summer. And just even from the kids, like we keep saying things are going to be changed, right? Things are changed and things are different. And we feel it. Okay, then we got to be about it then. It's got to be different. It's got to change. And I think so far our kids have done a good job. And some of it is just kind of the product of where we've been a couple of years, with our low numbers and practice reps and things like that. Haven't been able to really get, a good full team scout team without coaches having to play. And now you got young guys across from you that are talented and giving effort and making you work a little bit. And, it's taken some time for our older guys to kind of fix that, but they've done a good job at doing that.
Young team, I know you're only, 3 games in. I mean, but talk about where you feel you're at right now. You feel like you're where you thought you would be or where you want to be?
Yeah, I think, probably that way. Maybe, probably right on point, honestly. There's some things, give or take here. We're farther along maybe than I thought, maybe not as far along as thought, but, I think we're trending in the right direction. And, the biggest thing is just trying to get our kids to keep, getting better.
How was practice this week? I mean, you can assess. I hear guys say, I don't understand. We had a great week of practice. I mean, so sometimes it really doesn't matter. But how has your practice week been so far?
So far, it's been good. Yeah, you're right about that. I thought last week we had a real good practice. I thought everything's been good, and then we come out in the first quarter and we can't stop counter and we can't tackle. And you're like, okay, well, I didn't see that. That one I had on the bingo board that, maybe we could be able to, do those things, and we didn't do a very good job, and that's what, hurt us last week. But no, so far this week, I think our kids have owned everything. Our JV got to play on Saturday, so that was huge for our JV kids. We got some kids that, have a little more confidence. You can tell in practice now, going against our older guys. And I like where we're at. Our kids are excited to finally get to play a home game. We've been scrimmage in the first 2 weeks on the road, so they're excited not to have to get on the bus. And we're excited for the challenge that Triton's going to present us.
And it's going to be a challenge. I mean, they're coming off a big win. I mean, anytime Triton beats Bremen, it's they have a parade, that kind of thing. But I look at the teams you have played. You're the only defeat on the record for both of those teams. The way I look at this, you got 2 teams really trending in the right direction that just want to get some momentum moving and keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, Attica, obviously they had lost 40 in a row, but Attica improved quite a bit, and it showed, with their score last week against Tri-County. I think they might have mercy ruled Tri-County last week for the first win. And then, West Central is going to be a team that they're going to win at least probably 8 games, if not run the table. I think it really kind of depends on what happens with Frontier. I mean, they're a good quality football team. So, Triton's going to come off. I think it was some first time in 54 years or something.
I think it was.
Bremen at home, so that's a huge win for them. So they're going to come in with a lot of confidence and flying high. And, that's huge and the new staff that's there for those kids that, that confidence and buy-in and stuff. And, they do a good job of getting the ball to athletes. The Riffle kid at quarterback and Overmeyer, it's kind of a 2-man show. But, with the speed and athleticism they have, I mean, again, that's who you want to put the ball in the hands of. And they got Quintana out wide they like to throw to. So with some size up front, they moved the Prater kid who'd kind of been a running back, fullback for him. They moved him to guard. So they got more, athleticism up front too. But they're going to, they do some really good things. They run a little bit of similar offense that we do. So our kids are kind of used to that, which is kind of help practice-wise as far as the scout team, give them a good look and stuff. But, we're going to have to come ready to play. We're going to have to limit turnovers, make sure we tackle and not let Riffle and Overmeyer get space because they got speed and they got wiggle.
I was going to say, I mean, we talked Saturday about their speed. And even you just mentioned it, they got 2 guys that could be running backs in their offensive line, so they even have speed there. What is game plan wise? What are you going to do to neutralize that?
Yeah, we're going to have to, obviously, we tell our kids all the time about how, they're just trying to make the game of football as easy as possible. A lot of times they complicate things, and we just tell them, hey, offense, our job is to create space. Defense, it's to constrict space. All right, so we're going to do everything possible to, try to make, make Triton have to, play in constricted space. We got to get guys to the ball. We got to get guys fitting low and trying to get to Overmeyer and Riffle before they can get going, and kind of make them go a little more east and west in the backfield before they get a full head steam. And, defensively on the secondary, we got to make sure, we get nobody behind us. They're going to try to take shots and things, and we got to limit the big plays and try to make them earn it. And offensively, we just got to, be able to not turn the ball over and just be consistent. Not shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties, and then just kind of sustain drives, get that rhythm. We kind of struggled to find rhythm last Friday, and just couldn't really get anything going because of that lack of rhythm.
Well, man, good luck to you. And if I don't talk to you before, we'll talk to you on Friday night.
All right, sounds good, Rusty. Thanks, we appreciate it.
That is Austin Faust, the head coach at Culver, and stay there. We'll be right back.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student-athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today.
Andy Barker, head football coach at Triton, joins me here in this segment of our pregame. And man, I gotta believe that you feel, I don't want to say lighter because it implies there's less intensity, but I mean, things have got to be happier. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, it's one of those things that when you take a position, especially a new position, the question is always, well, can you actually do it? You know, talk's talk, and that's great, but you know, when the rubber meets the road, are you able to get it done? And so, yeah, that winning the way we did in the atmosphere that we did, yeah, that was it's made things a little bit easier, I guess you could say.
Well, and I guess, you know, for years that's been a measuring stick game for Triton football. I mean, how did we look against Bremen? Because they are one of those programs, and you look pretty solid.
Yeah, you know, there's still a lot of things to clean up, and the boys know it. I gave them their 48 hours because of the Labor Day weekend. But I think Monday kind of shocked them when we got into film, and I let them know, look, you did great things and we won, and good for you, but so many things that we need to work on as we move forward into the season.
Well, tell us how you digested that. How did you break it down for them on film?
Well, for us, we grade similar to all the other coaches, and you know, did you align correctly? Did you know your assignment? And then did you ultimately execute your assignment? And I think the O-line found out that they didn't execute nearly as well as I think they thought they did. But they get it, and we put some new pieces in there, so they're growing and learning. It's a new system for them, as much as I didn't want it to be, but it is.
Talk about the things that you feel like you did really well.
Well, I think we found our identity in that we're clearly a read option team with Gage back there and Jaden back there, and now you got to be able to handle both of them. And that's good. You know, week one, obviously I'm an RPO guy, and we threw the ball around. We got down, so we had to throw a little more than we wanted to. And sometimes it was there, sometimes it wasn't. But the fact that we're running the ball more it's a big deal.
And let's talk about the coaching points. I mean, what do you feel you got to get better at?
Well, execution always. If you don't have 11 guys out there doing their job, it shows in this sport. And so as the boys get more comfortable within the system, I think that will come much more natural. And then finishing. And then ultimately, I mean, for me, is about the penalties this week. You know, we had 202 yards-ish of total offense, and we had almost 100 yards in penalties.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like, look, fellas, no matter how well you do, if you shoot yourself in the foot, that becomes bad. So
let's talk about some of your guys. I mean, I thought Gage had a great game. Jaden had a Jaden game. I mean, that's what he's going to give you. Your guys on the line, though, I mean, you got two running backs playing on your offensive line. The speed you can bring to the point of attack is just amazing to me.
Yeah, and we're just now figuring out what that looks like. Obviously, we pull the guards a lot, and the fact that they're both running back ability. So I think the ceiling's very high for that group, especially once they start to figure it out. But yeah, personnel-wise, you know, we move those guys down there, and then, you know, anchored with Brady Shue on the side. That always helps.
He can run. I mean, for as big as he is, he led you out with the flag before the game. He can move.
Yeah, he's a really good athlete, and I don't even know if he knows it. Yeah, he can be a special kid for us. Especially when he puts his mind to it.
And on the defensive side, that speed too. Your linebackers flew around the other night and really played well.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a kid like Colton Reynolds in the middle, you know, the heart and the soul of the team, period. You're going to get some special stuff. And then the speed on the line is also a big deal. You know, I tell the boys all the time, speed kills. It's kind of become a joke around here, but it's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Culver a little bit. I mean, similar offense to what you guys want to run. Really, the only difference is they're younger. I mean, they got a lot of young kids they're really, really high on. That's got to give you some concern because that's it's a classic trap game.
Yeah, it 100% is, right? We just come off a game that we haven't won at home in over 50 years, and now we got to go down to their house. And a program that's up and coming. Austin's worked really hard down there. So, they're young and we're seasoned, but I don't, if they're mentally not ready to go, we could get shocked. And so we spent a lot of time this week kind of snapping them back to reality.
Break them down on film. What do you see when you look at them?
Well, their quarterback is experienced, so you got to worry about him. He makes pretty good decisions when he's dropping back. So, the coverage piece is going to be big. And then, of course, he's got the brother out there running around that he likes to throw the ball to. So, you got to watch out for those guys. And then, the line pulls. They're good size. I think they're starting one freshman, but other than that, they've got some guys.
Talk about your guys. I mean, what do you want to get accomplished on Friday? I'm sure you got a checklist.
I do, and it starts with cleaning up the penalties, the discipline side of it, right? You're going to get penalties here and there, but, a late hit out of bounds and then, waving the ball in the guy's face. So let's start with the discipline piece. And then for us, execution on the offense and the defense, just each week getting just a little bit better. And so that, by the end of the season, we're really rolling.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time, and we'll see you Friday.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Johnson Danielson Funeral Home has been established in the community of Plymouth since 1879, and its staff is committed to providing care that goes beyond the expected in serving today's families who call Marshall County their home. They welcome families seeking options and alternative ways to pay tribute to someone, from burial packages to pre-planning to planning a checklist. The professionals, along with caring staff at Johnson Danielson, are available to assist your family 24 hours a day by simply calling 574-936-2829. Visit their website at johnsondanielson.com for a complete list of services. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Service beyond expectation.
Here's the keys to the game.
And we're back live at Culver High School. Rusty Nixon with you, along with Joe McKee. The Cavs have just taken the field and some orange smoke and
we got some fireworks
going off. So they are excited, ready to play football here. And this is a big game for both these teams because you got two programs that want to keep some momentum going here early in the season.
You do. I mean, Culver's young and Triton's a little more experienced, but they're both building off some good early season wins here.
Coming up in just a moment, we'll take a look at our starting lineup, but I got to feel like the big key here is, can Culver stay inside themselves against a more experienced team?
Yeah, that's going to be a great question, Rusty. Well, I mean, we're just going to have to strap it up and see here, but I'm really excited about this game. Got a new press box, new scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're really they're throwing off the fireworks, almost like the Blueberry. I mean, it's similar.
Close.
It is close. They have smoke down there, and it's great weather, and they're going out right now for the toss. So
first home game for Culver so far this year, so I think that makes a difference too. You're going to be a little bit more hyped up. You're in front of the home fans for the first time this year, and good crowd here. It looks like Triton brought a lot of people with them, a lot of Culver folks in the stands in front of us. My banner keeps blowing up right into my face, so we'll see how that goes. But
Triton did travel really well.
Yes,
they almost
did.
got all the stands filled up over there.
So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at our starting lineup. You are listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week, Triton versus Culver.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
Here's your starting lineup, brought to you by First Federal Savings.
And our starting lineup will be first for the offense for Culver, as they will receive the kick. Triton is the chosen to defer to the second half, and they'll come out with Caleb McCune, Braylon Jackson, Jordan Green, and Scotty Banks as the wide receivers in that set. Jonas McCune, veteran quarterback, he's going to be looking for brother Caleb all night long. Therian Carrington will be the running back, and then on the front line, Drake Zorich, kid they're really high on. They really feel like he's got a lot of upside at center. Shane Martin and Colton Falk will be the guards and the tackles, Skylar Greer and Isaiah Vella. And for Triton on the defensive side of the football, it'll be Caden Bradley and Gage Riffle and Isaac Quintana, the secondary. Bradley and Quintana, the corners, the safety, Gage Riffle. He had a great game there a week ago on defense. On the linebacker spots, Gavin Riffle will be on one of the outsides, Ryder Gayhart the other one. Preston Brookins and Colton Reynolds are in the middle. And then on the front line, Benny Prater and Jaden Overmeyer at the end spots. The tackles are Brady Shue and Don Bradley. And that's the Triton starting defense. All of that brought to you by First Federal Savings Bank. And we're just about ready for the kickoff. And it's going to be Cam Callahan kicking it off for Triton. And back deep for Culver will be Braylon Jackson, one of them. He has exciting speed. And John Carr will be the other sophomore back there with him. Both of them sophomores. Jackson, one of those athletes. He's also a great basketball player here for the Cavs.
And only be a sophomore. They got to really be high on him.
He can run. And so Callahan ready to go. And the kick is away. And it's a low-line drive. Going to go to Jackson at about the 15. He'll bring it forward, trying to find some room. Not much there. He'll get knocked down at the 25, and that's where Culver will start. As we said, it's going to be Jonas McCune leading the attack here at quarterback, a four-year starter at quarterback, and he's one of those athletes.
Yeah.
He can do a little bit of everything.
I'm looking forward to watching him play quarterback, and I'm also looking forward to Triton can keep up their defensive prowess that they had last week against Bremen.
Very big offensive or defensive line there against the Cavs here as they're trying to figure out where they're going. Reynolds will come over here to the left side, and now McCune takes a snap. He'll hand it to Jackson, trying to get to the outside on the right side. He'll get to the corner, doesn't quite turn it upfield as far as he could have. He'll get run out of bounds out there by Overmeyer, who comes down from that defensive end spot, pick up about one.
You know, at the beginning of that play, I thought there was going to be something there, too. It looked like they had the outside, but Overmeyer shut it down awful quick.
Yeah, well, the speed of Triton on both sides of the ball, they can get to that spot and turn a lot of things the other way. McCune ready to go. Jackson, the running back, next to him. Now he'll look to the sideline, get the play. They have it come in the same way a lot of teams do with this offense. Back to throw. McCune, quick one out here to the side. Jackson has it. He'll go forward, and he is going to be good for a first down. First down brought to you by
First Source Bank. That was a nice little throw by McCune there. Nice tight spiral on time.
That's what Jonas can do to you. He can pick you apart. He's good with the short-range passes. He's a pitcher in baseball, so he knows where to throw that thing. He's going to hit his spot. Culver now with a 1st and 10. Football at the 39-yard line. They come out. Zorich will snap it to McCune. Next to him, the running back. Throw out here to brother is caught. Caleb McCune with the catch gets about 5 or 6, and that's what they can do. They'll just play pitch and catch out there. Caleb and Jonas, and it's a 5-yard pickup, second down.
And that's something different than Triton faced last week. Against Bremen, they were primarily a running team, so already Culver's making them a little bit uncomfortable.
Coming out, it is John Carr at the running back spot, number 12. He'll be to the right of McCune. Snap, he'll be back to throw. Looking, and he's chased out of the pocket. He's going to throw it out here, and actually I think it was caught out here by Caleb McCune. We got a flag in the middle of the field where they usually get it for holding. It was a loss of 5 on the play. Caleb did a good job of coming back to help his brother out. Caught the pass, but It'll be a loss one way or the other, as I think we got the preliminary sign is holding.
Well, I don't think it was holding on Overmeyer because he came straight through there untouched.
Yeah, he did have he had his sights on Jonas McCune, who got out of the.
I say they're going to decline that because
I would think so.
That catch was for a loss
of
a couple of yards. So
a loss of 5, actually. So it'll take them back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10. And the football will be at the 39. So, yes, the penalty is declined. And Culver facing a 3rd down here. And 10 yards to go. Play comes in from the sideline. McCune will come out to the huddle and call it. And Carr, the running back to the right, trips to the left. Man wide out to the right. And a snap back to throw. Looking to the left side, up in the air, in and out of the hands of Scotty Banks out there. And it'll be an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th and 10, and I believe Culver will punt here.
Well, that was a pretty good pass. That was very catchable, but I think he would have been short of the 1st down anyway. So this is where Triton we've seen excel last week against Bremen on their punt coverage.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Jonas McCune will be back to kick it. That was one thing that Austin Faust joked with me this week. He said, we're going to work on our punt team.
Good snap.
Good snap. Kick is away by McCune. Line drive going to come down at about the 30. Takes a big hop. And Overmeyer will just let it roll. It'll come dead at the 21. It'll be 1st and 10 Triton right there. So let's run down the starters for you on the Triton offense here. It'll be Gage Ripple at the quarterback spot. Jaden Overmeyer, the running back. Isaac Quintana, the fullback, H-back guy out there. Cam Callahan, Caden Bradley, the wide receivers. The tight end is Maddox Denny. Then across the front, you got Brady Shue and Charlie Worsham. The tackles, the guards, Vinny Prater and Colton Reynolds. Center is Preston Brookins. And we'll set the Culver defense for you here in just a minute as Ripple will bring him out. Overmeyer, the running back, behind him in the pistol. Looks like they're going to go under center. Man in the slot to the right, they'll hand it to Overmeyer. Makes a man miss, gets into the secondary. Now he's out in the secondary. He's loose. He's at the 40, the 31 man to beat, and McCune can't bring him to the turf.
Oh,
and let's see what they call. They're going to say he fell into the end zone. An 80-yard run for a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage by Triton. As Overmeyer just got to the corner, he made one guy miss, and all of a sudden, he was free in open space. So a big run puts the Trojans on the board first, 6-0.
And he never was really touched either, Russ. Good blocking up front there. He showed some speed there, obviously.
Well, that's the one thing you know about Overmeyer is he can run, but he's such a strong guy, too. He can just run through tackles. So now the extra point by Callahan as they set up. Snap is good. The kick is away. We got a flag. And it'll be no good as it goes to the right. But let's see what the penalty is. You know, if it's on Culver, you think about going for two.
Going
here,
for two.
Yeah,
I think any coach would do that.
Get yourself a yard and a half closer. And they're talking it over down there. Let's see what they come up with here. Looks like they're going to set up to kick it again. Still no indication. We saw the flag fly, but no sign of what the penalty is. Now the white hat will come over here. Hopefully we'll get an indication. It's going to be illegal participation against Culver. So looks like we'll kick it again. Callahan will set it up. It'll be put down at the 9-yard line. And we'll kick it one more time. Don't understand this, actually. Must be on the kickoff. They're going to take that. Snap is good again. Kick is away.
That looked good.
And that one is good. So Callahan puts it on the board for Triton, and they come away with 7 here on their first play of the game. We'll take a break when we come back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week, 7-0 Triton over Culver.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
And we're back at Culver High School. Rusty Nixon with Joe McKee, our Max 98.3 Game of the Week. Triton going to tee it up and kick it away here. They put their first play of the game in the end zone. 80-yard touchdown run by Jaden Obermeyer, and now Callahan will kick it off. Once again, back deep is Carr and Jackson, and it looks like Jackson going to get it again. He'll take it at the 15 and bring it forward, looking for someplace to go. He gets hit pretty well. That was a big hit there.
Jackson on a return.
Yeah, I think that's Reynolds on that one. Number 58 is Preston Brookins, the center. So 1st and 10 here. Culver will have it back. Had a little success with the short passing game on that first possession, but wasn't able to sustain the drive. We'll see what they can do here. Jonas McCune has him on. Running back to his left is John Carr. Snap and right up the middle, stuffed immediately. No gain on the play, maybe a loss of a yard as John Carr unable to do anything with it.
Prater had the tackle for Triton, 6'2", 190, senior.
Prater's a football player.
He is. I mean, we were impressed with him last week. I mean, they're tough up front.
I got a feeling you could put Vinny Prater anywhere on a football field and he'd be one of the best players out there, no matter where you put him.
Looks the part, plays the part.
Jonas McCune now has him out of the huddle. Carr again to his left. Wide receivers to both sides. Man in the slot to the left. Now we got a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout. As Austin Faust wants to talk it over, we'll take a quick break as well. We are in the first quarter, 8:23 to play, 7-0 Triton with the lead. We'll be right back.
Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nixon along with Joe McKee. We're in the first quarter, 8:23 to play. Culver out of the timeout. They trail at 7-0. And we'll see what they have designed up. Jonas McCune brings them out. John Carr, the running back, to his left. H-back to that same side. Man in the slot to the right, rolling out to the right, looking to throw. He's got his brother open. He gets it in open space. Great play out here by Caleb McCune. He gets run out of bounds by Callahan at about the 28. It'll be 1st and 10, Culver. And
sponsored by First Source Bank. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
For the Cavalier, first down.
And a pickup, 10, 20, 30, 45 yards on that passing play from brother to brother. And McCune just got himself a little extra space there. Some hand fighting going on between him and Riffle.
They probably threw that pass several times in the backyard.
I would think that probably was one of the plays. Carr, the running back, will get it this time, running to the right, and he is tackled. Prater tackled both of them. McCune was trying to read the handoff, and Benny Prater just tackled both of them for a 3-yard loss.
I don't know if I wasn't Coach Faust, I'd be running away from Prater right now.
You got to find a way to.
He's getting in a rhythm, and he's feeling it out there.
Yeah, you can tell. He's that emotional guy, too, and he's playing that one end. He's got Obermeyer on the other end. Looks like Shu here in the middle as well. So we'll see what they decide to do here. As McCune has him out. Carr to his right, back to throw. Going to the right side, has a man open. It's complete and taken out of bounds instantly. Is Scotty Banks. Pickup of maybe a couple, not much. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
But they are having success with those short pass plays there. Not much with the run so far.
Gain of 3.
Not able to really get any movement up front against that big front four of Triton. Now wideouts to both sides, men in the slot to both sides. Carr to the right, back to throw again. McCune goes deep.
Open.
He's got a man open.
Oh, they got to call that.
And they're not going to call that. Oh, that's a tough one.
And that was right in front of the referee too.
It was. Braylon Jackson had come open over the middle, and he got tackled out there.
Yeah, that's a tough call there for Culver. I think they should have got that interference call.
Got tangled up with Gavin Riffle. I'll tell you what, that was, I don't know. It was
right in front of the ref, too. I mean, he literally was.
Got tackled. There's no question about that. So now McCune with 4th down at 11. Back out again.
Triton's coming.
It looks like it. And they're going to bring everybody. Obermeyer gets free. Now open again. Same exact play. This time it wasn't open, and McCune throws it away. A little bit long, and so now it'll be 1st and 10 Triton. Football will be at the 30-yard line.
First down, Trojans.
Well, again, Culver had some success there. They had a nice little drive going there, but, boy, that penalty would have really helped them.
Really would have helped him.
I think that would have been the right call.
If he doesn't get tackled there, I think he catches that for 6.
I do, too.
Jackson was wide open. So 1st and 10, Triton. Let's set the defense for you for Culver here quickly. Across the front line, Colton Falk, Isaiah Vella, Skylar Greer, Therian Carrington will be the front four. Handoff now to Obermeyer as he cuts back across the middle. He'll pick up 2 or 3. The linebackers are Drake Zorich, Isaiah Gonzalez, Scotty Banks, and Caleb McCune. Jordan Green, Jonas McCune, and Braylon Jackson are the defensive backs for Austin Faust's defense. 2nd down here and 6. Football at the 34.
It's really important for Culver not to give up a quick score right here. Kind of slowed the game down.
Yeah, I would agree with you. 6:38 and counting, 7-0 Triton. Riffle takes a snap, hands it to Obermeyer. He'll cut back across the middle. Looks like he's going to have 1st down yardage. They'll drag him down about the 42, and it will be 1st and 10, brought to you by
First Source Bank. Hey, he runs so under control. I mean, he just makes nice cuts. He reads his block. He's patient.
It's something that we didn't see early a week ago. You could tell he was kind of trying to find a hole before it was there. That zone blocking scheme, you just got to wait until it opens up for you, and he's showing a lot of patience here early. The more you get used to it, the easier it is. Fake handoff. Riffle will take it himself and go around the right side. He's going to get to the corner, into the secondary. He'll get knocked out of bounds out there by Banks, but not before Riffle picks up about 15, 20. He's going to be run out of bounds at the Culver 39, and now Triton going to run tempo.
I like that. They kind of got Culver on their heels. Let's
snap. Riffle will hand to Obermeyer. He's going to go to the left side, cuts it back the other way. Flag comes into it. Now Obermeyer gets all the way down, shoved out of bounds about the 10. So a pickup of 20, but I think it's going to come back.
Looks like it's in the holding area.
That's where you usually get a hold. Flag was thrown right at the 40. The line of scrimmage was the 39, and we're going to get a hold on Triton, so it's all going to come back.
And let's just emphasize, that was about a 25-yard play that's going to come back. So
that hurts. Well, you heard Andy Barker talking about it in the pregame.
Well, he's got some more stuff to coach up there.
Can't have that. And you and I both know that the years we've been doing this, a penalty is just...
It's a killer.
It kills you. You've got the momentum going now. You're first and, 20? You're all the way back at the 50. You would have had the ball all the way down about the 13 or 14-yard line. You're back at midfield. So we'll see what Triton has designed here as Gage Riffle gets the play from the sideline. He'll come out. He's got wide receiver to the right with a man in the slot, H-back to the left. Takes a snap. He'll hand it to Overmeyer. He'll cut back across the right side of the line. Pick up a 3 or 4. They'll knock him down at the 44-yard line. So it'll be second down and 15.
Tackle by Skylar Greer.
Greer on the tackle there for Culver.
Gain of 5.
I like the hair down here. The girl, the photographer, she's got the orange hair going on.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a USA or something night. They got a lot of red, white, and blue on.
They got a lot of flags and red, white, and blue going here at Culver. Snap, riffle, handoff across the green, and that is your fullback. Ryder Gayhart will bring it down to about the 35, pick up of 10. So it'll be third down and 5.
And I like the way he just lowered his head there at the end and picked up another 2-3 yards. He just running through the defender.
You can tell the game plan here tonight for Triton is just to assert themselves across that front line and control it, and that's exactly what they've done so far. Third down and 7, we'll call it. Football at the 35. Riffle with Overmeyer to his left. He'll take it, hand it to him. He'll come back to the right, cuts it back across the middle. He's going to have a first down at the 24-yard line. Overmeyer pretty much right up the middle.
I say those are just straight handoffs. There's nothing fancy about that.
That's just power football. 4:17 and counting. 7-0 Triton. We're in the first period. Triton threatening again. They scored on their first play on an 80-yard touchdown run by Jaden Obermeyer. Riffle has him out again. Snap, he'll get it again. He'll come back, cuts it back across to the right side. Gets into the secondary. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to beat him. And he is into the end zone. He didn't really get touched.
I say he was untouched.
There.
Yeah.
So 6 more right now for Triton. They lead at 13-0. We have 3:52 here in the first quarter. And the second touchdown by Overmeyer.
Overmeyer's having I don't know about a career night, but boy, he's having a night so far. He's got to be over 100 already.
He's got to be at this point. I mean, the 80 helps him a lot, but that was about 15 yards. There's the extra point by Callahan is up, and that one is through the uprights. And so now we have 3:52 to play in the first period, and Culver trails it. Triton with a couple of scores in their first 2 possessions. They lead it 14-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nixon along with Joe McKee, and Triton has scored on their first 2 possessions. They lead at 14-0, 3:52 to play here in the first period, and Callahan will kick it off for Triton. And it is away, and once again in the hands of, well, that's not Jackson over there this time. They've got Scotty Banks on the return, and he'll get himself up to about the 35-yard line and come the other way. Changed their 2 returners back there. Banks was on the right side this time.
That was a really nice return. Gives him really good field position to start this drive. And this drive is really important, Rusty. This game's it could get out of hand here real soon.
Yeah,
so.
you gotta find something to put your hat on here if you're Culver. And so we'll see what they come out with as McCune will get him out of the huddle. Carr is running back to his right. Out wide, Jackson to the right side. To the left is Caleb McCune. Snap. And the running play, that's not going anywhere. As Carr took the handoff, but he was completely engulfed by Kyle Cummins before he ever even really got the handoff.
Yeah, he was right there. Maybe a blown block assignment, I'm not sure, but boy, he shed his blocker pretty good there.
Loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12. Football at the 33. And McCune will bring him out of the huddle. He's got Carr to his left now. Man in the slot to the right. Man in the slot to the left. Back to throw. Looking over the middle. Man is open.
Oh, boy, he was open.
He had Banks open over the middle, but the pass was tipped by Preston Brookins over the middle there. Got up out of the Earth's gravity for a moment. Able to tap it, so it'll be 3rd down now and 12.
That's a pretty good defensive play by Triton, but that throw was there. He just needed it up a little bit more, but that was a tough throw to make, too. He had to fit it in a pretty tight window.
He did, and he found a way to at least get it close enough for Banks to get his hands on it, but it was a little bit low. So 3rd and 12 now. McCune has him out. Man in the slot to the left side this time. Snap, back to throw. Rolling to the right. Nothing there. We're going to have a flag here. Looks like it's going to all come back, and boy, McCune is unceremoniously driven to the turf by, once again, who? Vinny Prater.
Yeah, he's making a statement tonight.
He is having a night. Holding call against Culver, so I have a feeling they'll
I would think they'd decline
this because there was no gain on the play. Actually gained about 1 on the play. So the football will be at the 34, and McCune will be on to punt here on 4th down and 11. Back deep, Jaden Overmeyer to receive for Triton.
McEwen back to punt.
And let's see what they can do with the punt this time. Snap is good. The kick is away. A real low line drive. I'm not so sure
that hit the Culver guy. Yeah,
hit anybody coming over the middle. It's going to roll dead at the 30.
Well, they're going to
call it all the way back here. I think at the board. Well, he picked up the sandbag. No, he's running away. I saw what you saw.
Yeah,
the
it hit his
referee
shoulder
threw
bad.
the sandbag in there at about the 48. He just picked it up and ran back. So looks like they're going to mark it at the 30.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Triton from there. They have scored on their first 2 possessions here tonight. They lead at 14-0. 2:36 to play in the first quarter. And Gage Riffle brings them back out again.
I think Riffle's going to want to get involved in this series a little bit. Yeah. He's kind of that guy that wants the ball in his hands.
Gavin Riffle, his brother, to the right side. Now a handoff right up the middle. Overmeyer is bottled up. He'll get a couple.
Nice
Not much
play.
there.
Good play by Triton. Culver.
Drake Zorich with the play. Once again, Zorich is one of those guys this coaching staff is really high on.
Gain of 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
Drake is a junior. Obviously one of the leaders out there trying to fire up his defense right now. Riffle will bring him out. Wide man to the right is Callahan. To the left, you've got a tight end, Isaac Quintana. He'll get into that H-box spot. And now a fake handoff and a pitch to Overmeyer on the option. He'll get to the corner, and he'll be driven to the turf eventually by Jordan Green. But not until he gets out to the 48, a pickup of about 15. It'll be first down, brought to you by
First Source Bank. Overmeyer had a little high kick there on the outside. Did you notice that?
I saw that.
He kind of old Barry Sanders type move.
He had that shotgun eye look, that pistol with the fullback just to the right of the quarterback. He faked it on the counter, coming back across the grain to Gayhart, and then pitched it to Overmeyer. So now they come out in under center, snap right up the middle, goes Overmeyer. He'll get across the 50 to the 48. A flag came up. I know you like that because he was under center.
He was under center, and that was right on the snap. So I wonder if somebody lined up.
And we'll see what they call. It'll be a gain as it stands of about 3. And the call is going to be illegal procedure against Triton. So I assume they'll bring that back.
There's another penalty they're trying to get away from.
I know. I'm sure there's some manager over there whose job is to write all of these down. At least I remember somebody who used to.
5-yard penalty.
Minute 15 to play, 14-0 the score. Triton the lead. They have the football. They've scored the first 2 times they've had the ball. Third possession here. And they got first and long as the illegal procedure will move them back 5. Play comes in from the sideline. Gayhart comes on, and Callahan comes off. A little confusion.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a timeout, I think, as Triton didn't quite know what they wanted to call there.
I didn't know if they had the right personnel in there. That was a good timeout by Coach Barker.
So they'll take a break. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll have more. 14-0 Triton. 52 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's Max 98.3 Game of the Week.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Bigby coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Bigby Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee as Triton has a 1st and 15, 52.5 seconds to be exact left here in the first quarter. Timeout. We'll see if they've got everything straightened out here. Yeah, this is a different formation than we've seen. He's going to pitch it out here, and once again, it's going to be Overmeyer, and boy, that didn't go anywhere. As a great job out here by Caleb McCune as he forces Overmeyer out of bounds. No gain, actually a loss of about 3 on the play.
And he played that perfectly. He just kept stringing it out, and the rest of the defense caught up, and there's nowhere for him to go. That great play by Culver.
2nd and 18 now. Play comes on. Caden Bradley bringing it out. Clock stopped at 45 as Overmeyer went out of bounds. 45 seconds, I should say, left in the first period. And Overmeyer, the left of Riffle here, he'll have the fake, and Riffle will bring it back to the right himself.
Tackle.
And he is stood up out there. That's Banks again. Scotty Banks with a nice stick on that one, and Ripple picks up a few, but pays for it at the end. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now.
That really was a nice tackle. That looked like that was going to be a little bigger gain than that. And this is the first time they've had him 3rd and long, so probably will go into the second quarter. I'm not sure. They might have to run a play.
Close. I think, it's right on. I think they're going to have to run a play. No, they're not going to have to run a play.
Yep.
They can let it run out if they want, and that looks like exactly what they're going to do. So we'll take a break as well. That's going to end the first quarter. Our score here, Triton 14 and Culver nothing. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
Who doesn't like pizza, right? But have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe. It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. And let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argus, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you.
In a world where there's so many ways to get your news, stay connected by finding out information about your school, local news, along with sports and current events. With a subscription to the Pilot News, they bring you everything you need to know right at your fingertips or on your doorstep. Call Circulation today and ask for their monthly special. Call 574-936-3101 today. Pilot News, Marshall County's news source since 1851.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nix and Joe McKee as the Max 98.3 game of the week heads into the second quarter. It's 14-0 Triton. They'll come out of the huddle. And
look at they got a lineman out here spread wide.
They do.
This is going to be a trick play.
It is. It's going to be a screen out there. It's going to be Riffle with the pass to Riffle.
That was a fumble.
And a ball on the ground, and it looks like they'll recover it. But like you said, we had Brady Shue split way out here.
That was the old swinging gate play almost.
Brady Shue, 6'5", 315, and he was leading that screen.
And I think he recovered the fumble, too.
Gavin Riffle was the one who caught the pass from Gage Riffle, and that's good enough for a First Source Bank first down. Beat you.
You do it better than I do.
First and 10, Triton. Gage Riffle with it. Takes a snap. He'll hand it to Overmeyer. Back to the left side. Looking for some room. He'll get into the secondary. Knocked down there. And he'll pick up about 8. It's going to be second down. And, well, they're going to give him 7. Second down and 3. And they're going to run tempo again.
Coming quick.
Riffle. Wide receiver to the right with a man in the slot. They'll bring it back to the left. No, Riffle will keep it. And he gets around the corner. Good job making a guy miss, and he's going to have a big game. All the way down to the 8-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 10. That is a pickup of 20. Riffle could have been tackled all the way back here at the 30, but he made the man miss and made it count.
Yeah, and that man that missed was number 70, Shane Martin, but his defensive line, but he ran him down, Rusty. I love defensive linemen, and that was great hustle play by number 70, Martin.
He did run him down at the end of the play. So it'll be first and goal here, brought to you by First Source Bank. And let's see what Triton has designed here. I'm going to stand up so I can see a little better. And the snap, Riffle. Gayhart back across the grain. Looks like he's going to be in, and he is. Gayhart ran over a couple of guys at the end. It looked like Braylon Jackson was one of those there with a shot at him, and also Theron Carrington. But a pickup of 9, so he'll be marked just shy of the goal line. And it'll be second down and goal. 10:34, clock running, 14-0 Triton, trying to put 6 more up. Riffle has him out. He's going to go under center this time.
Great call.
Great call. Like it under center. The old T formation, and he'll just go straight ahead. He'll pick it up, and it'll be 6 more. Riffle just took the snap, quarterback sneak, and 6 more on the board for Triton. Makes it 20-0 now. 10:16 to play in the first half. Coming on to attempt the extra point will be Cam Callahan. Out of the hold of Gage Riffle. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick's away, and it is good. So 7 more on the board for Triton as we start the second quarter. 10:16 to play in the half. It is 21-0 Trojans. And we'll be right back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
Looking for a stable career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour with potential at $25 an hour within a year. Quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nix and Joe McKee. As Triton will tee it up and kick it away here, they lead at 21-0 with 10:16 to play in the first half. Back deep to receive for Culver. It's going to be John Carr on the far side. Closest to us here, Scotty Banks. And the kick is away. It's a low line try right down the middle and caught up front.
Catch.
That was a good catch. As that was Jackson, Braylon Jackson up in that second line. He'll take it and land on it, and they'll have a 1st and 10 here for Culver.
Pretty good field position at the 30, and you know, Culver's got to
sustain something.
They do, but this is a good coaching moment too, because right now, you know, they're on their heels, and this is kind of just slow down. Let's do what we do good and do it. You know.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
It's a long season, and they've got a lot of games left.
A lot of game here left, too, as Carr to the right, man to the left. Now we got a whistle before the play even starts. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, the official didn't like the chin strap snap, I guess, of the guard over here on the left side. So McCune takes a snap. He'll hand it off to Carr. I think he thought about pulling it back out of there, but went ahead and gave it to him. No gain on the play as he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
And I think he's going to have to pull that, and they're going to have to use some misdirection here because Triton's just shown so much speed right now. So make their speed be their enemy right now.
They seem to be just firing off, too. They're not just pinning their ears back and coming out for them. They know McCune can throw the football, so they definitely want to put some pressure on him. He's got wideouts to both sides. Snap. He'll roll this time to the right, throws it back over the middle,
nice.
Man, wide open, and hits him right in the chest. That is brother Caleb McCune. And a pickup of 12, a 1st down brought to you by
First Source Bank. And that was a tough throw, too. He was rolling out to his left, threw against his body, and, boy, he put it right there.
He came back. He was rolling to the left, then stopped and fired it back over the middle. I think it's really impressive. You could tell he knew right where that receiver was going to be. He didn't even look before throwing it. So he'll bring him out here. Wideouts to both sides again. Jackson way out to the right. To this side is Jordan Green. Snap a little bit high, pitch out to the outside.
There you go.
And some room and space. Pickup of 9 there by Carr. As that quick pitch out to the outside will have a nice gain. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
That was the first positive running play they've really had all night. And I want to say number 60, Drake Zorge there. He made a nice block, and he held it all the way down the field. I was really impressed with that.
Zorge, as we've said a couple of times already, one guy that this coaching staff likes. He's a junior, plays both sides of the football. McCune ready, snap, he'll throw it. And I think he was looking for his brother. It ended out in this kind of no man's land between Caleb and Jordan Green, but neither one of them could get to it.
Yeah, they had 2 receivers right in the same area there. It might have been a little bit of miscommunication there. You usually don't want them that close to each other.
Incomplete pass will stop the clock at 8:50. 21-0 our score. Triton with the lead out of the huddle. McCune has wide receivers to both sides. Brother Caleb in the slot to the right. Running back to his right is Carr. The fullback Banks right next to him. They're going to go straight forward. It's going to depend on the spot here. I think they're going to get it.
I think they got a good spot there from this.
I think so. If they're going to use this guy in front of the Culver, and they're going to give it to him. So 1st down here brought to you by
First Source Bank.
Football at the 48.
Cavalier, 1st down.
And Culver will come out.
Culver's got a little something going on here.
Well, you know, get something put together here before halftime. You can go in with some positive feel about where you're at. 21-0 the score. McCune Back to throw, looking for somewhere to go. Has a man open on the sideline, and he hits him. Jordan Green picks it up, steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Pick up of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
And I think that's the same play they ran 2 plays ago where they just kind of had a miscommunication.
They did have 2 receivers in that same area again, and Jackson was the one that, Green was the one who got the throw. Men in the slot to both sides. McCune back to throw under pressure. Man open over the middle. Banks has it. He's going to be pulled down about the 10. Pickup of 30. Scotty Banks came free right down the middle. McCune got ripped into after he let go of that thing, but he stood in there and threw a strike.
He took a shot after that throw. That shows a lot of character there.
First down brought to you by First Source Bank at the 10. So 1st and goal here. Culver knocking on the door. Wide receivers to both sides. McCune, the slot man, to the left. Jonas McCune ready to go. There's a whistle and a flag flies. I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Triton's clapping, so.
And it's going to move Culver back 5. And
boy, you don't need that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you didn't
want to have.
You
got 1st and goal. And
now you got 1st and goal at the 15. Well, you know.
I do. That's
opens up the passing playbook, though.
Well,
Coach.
it does. But I don't know that's what they were shooting for.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Anytime you move backwards, it's not a good thing. 1st and goal to 15. McCune, men to the wide to both sides.
He
roll
better
to
turn.
He's got a man over the middle, and Caleb had some space out there, but he got held up a little bit by the defender. McCune throws it incomplete out in the general direction there of the 5, but
and again, he got smacked after that throw. It was a clean hit, but boy, I don't know he's seen it coming.
He had pressure coming from the right side, or I should say the left side. And now he'll come back out. Jonas, he's
a tough
guy.
kid. He is a tough kid.
He's a tough kid. He's going to come back out no matter how you hit him. You'll have a wide receiver to both sides. Caleb in the slot to the left here. Snap, he'll roll to the left.
The same
Looking
thing.
to throw. He's got Overmeyer on his back. He'll try to throw it into the end zone. Knocked away. Double coverage down there by Riffle, and I think that is Quintana. And now we're going to have a timeout, I think, by Culver. But
I think they got to put a helmet on Overmeyer because he's coming free. I mean,
he was breathing down the neck of.
They're
Jonas
rolling away
McCune.
from him, but.
I don't know as fast as Jaden Overmeyer.
Yeah, and coming untouched. I mean, that's
that is a big task. We'll keep it here. 7:33 to play here in the first half. 21-0 Triton. And Culver with the timeout. They'll talk over the play call here. You got a 15-yard play in your playbook?
They do. I don't know if Triton's going to let them do it, but they absolutely do. Again, they've had a lot of success with some passes here over the middle, but you got to give McEwen some time to throw the ball. He hadn't had a chance to step into the ball, and he's rolling against his body, so that makes it even worse. So
3rd down now. So you've got 2 downs you can play with. You don't have to score on this one. You can, but you do want something positive to move you in there closer.
I don't know if they have like a middle screen or something like that, because Triton's coming right now. I mean, use their aggressiveness against them, maybe.
Well, when you're ahead 21-0, it makes it a little bit less of a guessing game on the defensive front. You just send them.
And you don't have to get it all in this play. I mean, you got 2 plays to get 15 yards.
So McCune has wide receivers to both sides. Back to throw. Looking to the left side. Throws it in the air. Jackson is there and just couldn't quite get to it. Almost a perfect throw. Jackson stopped running if he kept going.
I think he just kind of misread that. You're right. He did misread that. That throw was there.
It was perfect. And Jackson just a little shy of getting there, and so it'll be 4th and goal now from the 15. He put it right on a dime out there, and if Jackson had just kept running to the spot, he probably could have run to it, but he did slow up and look back. So now wide receivers to both sides.
I think he's going to go to his brother.
McCune, he's looking to the left. He goes back to the right. He does. Oh, and through the hands of Caleb. Boy, that would have been a great catch. The defender out there, Gage Riffle, got his hands on it. It went through his hands and hit off of Caleb McCune, but he couldn't hold it. And so it'll be 1st and 10 Triton as the Trojans turn away the Culver threat.
And that was a big opportunity for Culver. That penalty put him behind the 8 ball right off the bat. That's those mistakes you just can't have.
Year after year, we've watched this. Almost every time you have a good drive, if you get a penalty anywhere in the middle, just an offside call, 9 times out of 10, that kills it. This time it killed that one. Very promising drive. So now 1st and 10. Gage Ripple has him out. We're going to a lot of confusion again, and Triton going to take a timeout. And we'll take a quick break as well. 7:21 to play in the half. 21-0 Trojans. Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nixon with you, along with Joe McKee. That doesn't look good.
No, the cheerleader took a pretty hard fall there.
Right in front of us, they're going to go get this does not look good. I think she landed on her head. Snap, Riffle will hand it back across the green. Gayhart gets into the secondary, driven to the turf there after a pickup of about 7. And we've got the
I think she's okay now.
Training staff coming over. Yeah, she took a bump on the head there, so they're definitely going to have a look at her. I don't think people understand when you lift people up into the air. There's a chance that's not going to turn out okay. A snap and a handoff coming back across the green. Obermeyer going to pick his way for 3 or 4. Knocked down about the 27. And it'll be good for a first down, brought to you by First Source Bank.
Brought down by Drake Zorich and Braylon Jackson.
Well, we got 6 minutes to go. Triton, I'm sure they would just want to use the whole time going into halftime, not give the ball back to Culver, because Culver did show some really good signs that last drive.
Clock running at 6:26. Riffle has wide receiver to the left, and everybody jumps. Somebody didn't have the snap call. Maddox, Denny, and Shue on both ends of the line there just jumped off, and that's going to push them back 5. I think the good news down here with the cheerleader, I think she was more scared than anything.
Yeah.
She landed on her head after one of the stunts they do. And
she's sitting up, and they're talking to her. I think she's okay, but, I think you're right. That is scary. If you drop 10 feet out of the air.
I get scared just watching it. Anytime you're up off the Earth's surface, it's kind of not going to work out good.
Fumble.
Ball on the turf and picked up there. Zorich with a tackle, but Gayhart was able to pick up a loose football and make a slight positive out of it.
It's a good coaching opportunity for Barker because Triton's kind of they're stagnant right now.
Yeah.
I'm offense and defense right now. So
look a little bit confused as well.
You look at the score, and they're up pretty good, and they feel comfortable, but you can't have that.
Not if you want to go where you want to go by the end of the year. 5:23 and counting, 21-0. Triton with the lead. Riffle out of the huddle. He'll hand it back across the green, and boy, Obermeyer reads it and goes all the way back to the left. He's into the secondary, all the way down to the 48, a pickup of 20 yards, and he'll be run out of bounds they're going to call him out at the 46. First down brought to you by
First Source Bank. You think Coach Barker heard us about kind of lighting a fire? I think he might be listening to us.
Knowing him the way I know him, I don't think you have to worry about him needing any help lighting a fire. He comes from that era, back with Matt Arvison and those guys. There's a lot of fire going on at Plymouth in those days. And right up the middle, Overmeyer
nice play.
Manhandled there. Good job. By Zorich is one, and Colton Falk, the other one there with him, and they beat their blocks. They were waiting for him.
And let's just say Falk's only a freshman. So that's even makes it more impressive.
You're exactly right, and that's the story here with Culver. You look at them, they got a lot of young guys that really like this sophomore and freshman class.
And he's going up against a 300-pound senior right
yes.
now. So, I mean,
that makes a difference. Second down and 11. Riffle ready to go. Snap. He'll hand it off. Overmeyer to the left side this time. Gets into the secondary, making people miss. He'll be driven to the ground. Looks like Carrington with the initial hit, and he'll be down at the Culver 41. And another first down brought to you by
First Source Bank.
Triton with the football, moving it here. 4:03 to play in the half. They lead it 21-0.
It seems like they've had a little more success running to the left.
Well, and Brady's shoes over there.
That helps.
3:15, 6:5. I think that helps a little bit. Snap and handoff. They'll go that way again. Some room for Overmeyer. Gets into the secondary. He's gone. Zorich tries to chase him down, but he can't catch him. Boy, Drake Zorich came all the way across from the other side of the field and had a shot at bringing him down, but just didn't get there in time. And Overmeyer will have another score and 6 more on the board now for Triton.
He hit a different gear there when he hit the secondary. He just kind of picked it up, and you could see nobody was going to catch him.
Overmeyer is a load. Not only does he have that kind of speed, but if you look at him, he can run with power as well. And that was one thing Andy Barker talked about, trying to get him to stick his foot in the ground and go north and south instead of always trying to go to the corner. And the extra point is good, so 7 on the board again, and it makes it 28-0 Triton. 3:36 to play here in the first half. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll have more. Our Max 98.3 Game of the Week.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee.
Hey, let's say the Culver cheerleader did get up, walk over, and sit down, so I think she's going to be okay.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That is good news. And now to kick it off, Cam Callahan will kick it right down the middle of the field. Going to take a hop into the hands of Carr. He'll pick it up at the 20. He'll get forward to about the 25. Ball comes loose at the end, but not before he was down on the ground. And so now it'll be 1st and 10 Culver at the 24-yard line. Well, you know, if you can get points before half, that's what you really are wanting.
Huge. I mean, just get a little bit of momentum going in at halftime and some positive things to talk about.
Had a nice drive the last time they had the football. Now they're going to have a man in the slot here to the right side. Man out wide is Jordan Green. And nobody wide to the other side. Now coming back across, Braylon Jackson will take the handoff. Gets into the secondary.
Ooh.
Makes a man miss. He'll be driven to the turf out there by Gage Riffle. But a pickup of 10 and a first down brought to you by
First Source Bank. And that's going to be considered a pass, too. I mean, it was kind of a jet sweep, but the receiver came around in front of him. He just kind of shuttled it to him.
So 10-yard gain on first down. Clock is running at 3:15 here in the first half. And Culver with the football at the 35-yard line. They'll come out of the huddle. Whiteout is going to go to the right side this time. Jackson in the slot over there. Running back Carr to the right of McCune. Jackson in motion. They'll fake it this time. Throw over the middle, and boy, hit the hands of Scotty Banks, but he couldn't bring it in. Riffle was right there ready to apply a hit if he did make that catch. But
throw is a little behind him, but it's one he probably wishes he had back to catch.
It's one of those that if it hits you in the hands, I had a kid who was a wide receiver. He said, if it hit me in the hands, I should have caught it. That's what he always used to say. He was hard on himself, but that's what he used to say all the time. If it hit my hands, I should have caught it.
He might have heard Riffle coming there in the background.
I was going to say, I heard Riffle coming, and I'm sitting in the press box. So, he was ready to apply a little hit. Now we got an illegal shift so it wouldn't have counted anyway. And the penalty will be declined. It'll be second down and 10. Clock stopped at 2:52. 28-0. Triton with the lead here in the second quarter. McCune has him out of the huddle. He'll have Jackson, the wide out to the right. Green, the wide out to, or I should say the other way around, to the left, and Green to the right. Handoff comes back across. Carr looking for room on the corner, turns the corner, gets it all the way down into Triton territory at the 49. Pickup of 20.
And that's all due to the block by Drake Zorge there. Hustling out, pulling guard or tackle.
I tell you what, if your team is ahead now, he's got to be right there for player of the game.
Oh, yeah.
He's been everywhere.
I mean, his hustle there was unmatched. I mean, that was a really nice block getting out there.
First Source Bank first down now. McCune has him out of the huddle. Wideouts to both sides. Men in the slot on both sides. Snap. Looking to throw to the left. Has it into the hands of Green, who drops it. And once again, I think he heard the steps of Gavin Riffle this time as he caught it on the sideline, and then as he turned to move upfield, just fell out of his hands.
Well, the one thing that does is it does stop the clock for Culver. So
2:19 to play here. Football at the 49. Be second down and 10. There was possibility, I guess. You probably could have ruled that a fumble. So now McCune ready. He's got wide outs, men in the slot, both sides. Back to throw. Goes back to the right. And, well, he just got buried under a mass of white jerseys. Jonas McCune, I think he had a man open there as Banks was on the right side, but he just did not have any chance to throw it out of there.
He didn't, and they were down by his feet, too, so he couldn't step into that throw.
I think he made a wise decision to pull that back down and save the fumble. So third down now. Football all the way back at the 43. 18 to go for a first down. McCune looks to the sideline, gets the play call. Snap, a little bit high, a back up, under pressure again. Man down the sideline, and Riffle's going to make an interception. Just a little bit shy. Gavin Riffle was able to play it perfectly and come away with the interception. Jordan Green was open, but the ball was slightly underthrown, and once again McCune takes a huge hit at the end of it, and he just didn't have any time to step into that.
He doesn't. He doesn't have any room to put any motion toward that throw, so that's why it's underthrown.
He's alive. He can set his feet there. I think he hits that guy in stride because he has been right on with almost all his throws that he has enough time to throw. That one just a little bit underthrown, so a minute 30 left. Triton with the ball. They'll come out, wideouts and men in the slot to both sides. Snap, Riffle going to fakes a throw, boy. Out of nowhere, Theron Carrington with a sack. He just came untouched. Didn't even see him. Well, okay, you're looking at a guy He's a senior. He's not a big guy.
He's not, but did you see his poster over there on the fence?
No.
He's put together really well, Rusty. He's a big little guy, let's say that.
Yeah,
he's put together.
He's got to be that kind of a guy. You got to believe he's got some motor, too, because he's playing defensive tackle at that size. So Zorich now coming on the blitz, and Riffle gets away. He'll get to the outside on the left side. He'll pick up about 3 or 4, but not a lot. As he gets away from Zorich, who was coming, he was coming from the time the snap on the blitz. So the clock continues to run, 30 seconds left.
They might just take a knee here.
They have to run some kind of a play as Ripple will bring them out of the huddle. They're in a tight formation. They're going to hand it to Obermeyer back across the left side, trying to find somewhere to go. And, boy, I think Jonas McCune took out some of his frustration with that tackle as he squared Obermeyer up. That was textbook open field tackle. Just squared him up and took him to the turf. So that's going to end the first half. But it's been pretty much all Triton so far. We head to halftime. Our score 28-0. Trojans lead it. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our halftime show. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
It's the Big B Coffee Halftime Show.
And stepping in with us here at halftime, Mike Zahner is the athletic director at Culver High School. And I've taken some time this year on our Game of the Week to talk with the ADs about some of the other sports that go on that don't get the attention football does usually. And I got to say, at Culver, I'm always amazed every year that you're able to field a full volleyball team and soccer team for girls, and even more amazing, a full football team and soccer team for boys. I mean, does everybody at Culver play a fall sport? I mean, that's a lot of folks.
It seems like it sometimes, but. We want to provide opportunities for each and every kid, no matter what their interest level is. Obviously, sports are demanding, but I feel like it shapes each individual kid into, a great adult and family member, contributing member of society. So it's crucial for everybody's development and the role athletics plays. And if you look at our teams, volleyball is coming off of a semi-state appearance last year, graduated some seniors, but got some really good youth. Got 2 seniors led by Hayden Lute and Gracie Milam on the team. Coach Barrett does a great job with those ladies. AJ Neese is our girls soccer coach, and I believe they're undefeated. They got a big game tomorrow against Argus here at the Culver, so we got a boys-girls doubleheader for soccer, 10 a.m. and then noon start. So immediately following, so that'll be a big game, conference matchup, and then obviously the Argus-Culver rivalry as well. And then Mike Bushman's coaching our boys soccer team, and he's also our wrestling coach. So we ask a lot of our coaches and our players, our athletes. We got a ton of multi-sport athletes. The guys you've been mentioning tonight on the air for football, or a lot of the guys you'll see on the hardwood or the wrestling mat in the winter, and then obviously on the ball diamond or track in the spring. So a lot of 3-sport athletes, but with the size of our school, like you talked about, it's crucial to have maximum participation. We also have a cross-country team that's pretty small, but Deanna Carr's doing a great job with that. She's really building it up from the middle school level. And then we also have girls golf, who Madison Beach is our senior there, and Dan Lowry is our coach for them as well.
And once again, the amount of people that's necessary. Not only have you got full teams, but they're competitive with everybody. I mean, just for example, with football and boys soccer, if you don't have 20 guys, at least 20 guys on both of those teams, it's very tough. And, 40 guys is a lot of guys at a school your size.
Yeah, and honestly, we have probably the best numbers we've had in football in a while. Like, we got a full JV football team as well. So we're sitting at about 33, 34 guys, I think, on the football team. Soccer doesn't have quite as many this year, and it goes in cycles. There's going to be years that we have more soccer players than football players, or vice versa. I think we're sitting about 12 or 13 for soccer. So, you play 11. Those guys are playing some Ironman soccer, and they do a good job. Those guys have improved tremendously since last year, and got a win last week over Granger Christian. And so I'm looking for big things from those guys.
You mentioned your volleyball team a little bit earlier and the success they had a year ago. I mean, that's a program that is really going well for you guys, and you've got a couple of girls that are now playing college volleyball. I mean, it just seems like that program is moving really, really forward.
Yeah, Coach Barron's, she's done a nice job really starting them young and building them up. And as you know, it's crucial to get them at the youth and get those fundamentals set and down. And then the amount of girls that do some off-season stuff as well. I know her two daughters. Ashlyn's a sophomore this year. Bryn was a senior last year, and then she's playing down at IUK. I know Meredith Gordon's playing as well. So, yeah, definitely lost a lot of talent from last year's group. But I feel like the sophomore group, and then along with the juniors and seniors sprinkled in, they're still a solid team, and not an easy out. That experience those girls got last year on that semi-state run was, that's crucial, and they know what the bar is. It's been set high by those that last year's senior group, and I think these girls will carry the torch well for them.
I think you hosted a cross-country event too. About a week and a half ago? And I like the fact that sport, you want to field a full team, but you don't have to field a full team in order to give the people that want to do that a chance to do it competitively.
Yeah, we haven't had, I think that was the first cross-country event we've hosted since I've been here, and maybe since I was in high school, to tell you the truth. We haven't had that many and that interest, and Coach Carr's done a nice job, building that interest up. And she came to me last spring. He's like, hey, any way we can host an invitational? And yes, definitely, so try to get the ball rolling, and we'd like to add more teams each and every year. But Triton was there. They've done a nice job with their cross-country program, and I know they won the girls, and I think the middle school ones, the teams as well. So hats off to those guys. And, they always do such a good job. And cross-country is such a different sport for me. I was in the contact sport, and it's just crazy to see everybody cheering for everybody, and swim's kind of like that too. But, we don't get that much in football for cheering for the other team, unless somebody's injured or something like that. So it was a different atmosphere for me, but I enjoyed it. It was very welcoming. I think everybody had a great experience that day.
Yeah, there's something foreign about going out and running 3 miles willingly. That has always been strange to me. But, guys,
at least we're on radio, and you don't see the size of Mike Zahner. But, you don't see me running around 3 miles any day. If you see me running, you better run too, because something's wrong is happening.
Yeah, I know. My nephew was a track cross-country guy, and he would go out and run for fun. I said, that can't be fun. That fun and run is not in my vocabulary. But those guys love it, and girls love it, and the thing is, it's something they'll be able to do for the rest of their lives.
Yep, no doubt. It's a lifelong sport and activity, and they always talk about that when I was in college. I was a PE major, and they talk about lifelong activities. Running's one of them. Golf's one of them. And I think I prefer golf over running. I'm no better at golf than I am running, though. So,
talk about your golf team a little bit. How many girls do you have? Is it just the one girl, and once again,
we have 3. Yeah. We have 3 this year. Madison Beach is returning from last year. The other 2 are first year girls, but Dan Lowry's done a nice job with them. Dan's just such a soft-spoken guy that knows a lot about the sport, and has a lot of patience and does a really good job with our golfers. And been very happy to have him on staff. And Josh Pugh's been, he kind of took over for Josh a couple of years ago, but Josh also helps out when needed. And he's our assistant principal, and if I need somebody to supervise soccer or cross country or, whatever, he'll jump in and help me as well. But, I expect big things from Madison this year. She's a senior. She also wrestles. She also swims. I'm trying to think what she did. I think she did track in the spring. So she's another 3 or 4 sport athlete that, helps Culver run.
Let's talk about your football team a little bit. I mean, this is a group that, when I started looking at this game, these two teams tonight seem to be kind of the same team, only you guys are just younger. I mean, they've got guys with speed. They've had a little success. You got a lot of young guys that have a lot of skill, and I know the chemistry is there. The morale is up. Everything's headed the right direction, I think, in your football program.
Oh, no doubt. Coach Faust has done a nice job since taking over for me a couple years ago. He's the right person for the job. He's got the right temperament. And I think he said last night that the coaching staff bonds well together. They get along. They can yell at each other, and nobody's butthurt about it. They'll take what they need to be told and get better by it, and the kids are buying in. We're led by some good seniors. I know we got some youth on the team, but we're led by some really good seniors that have been here, and they've taken their lumps the last couple of years and want them to dish it out this year. And with Jonas and Caleb McEwen and Isaiah Vella, those guys have just done a tremendous job. Theron Carrington doesn't get talked about enough, and everything that he does as well. Those guys really lead us. Skylar Greer's another one that didn't play until high school and has done a nice job on the line for us as well. And, win column sometimes doesn't show how much effort and those guys are in all summer and everything they've done, but it's going to start showing up here soon.
That's the one thing in football, I think, in particular. I mean, I've always kind of honestly thought of Culver as a football school. But, I mean, a school that size, it's cyclical. I mean, you only have so many kids in a particular class, and if not all of them, I mean, if they don't all have great talent, sometimes it's a little bit of a tough season. But, it always comes around. It seems like it's coming around again. I mean, you guys have been there in the past and had a lot of success, and it seems like it's going to be soon here, and you're going to have it again.
Yeah, and we got a good freshman group. I've been having the opportunity to coach those guys in middle school. My son's in that group. I got a nephew that's in that group. But those kids have really bought into what we've done and what we've built. And, this will be the first year we've had a JV team in a long time and play a full JV season. I don't know if that's happened since I've been here. I think this is going on year 10. We've played some JV games sprinkled in here and there, but injuries at the varsity level dictate how many JV games we can play. And, knock on wood, we get to play a full season of JV this year for those young guys and help their development. And I told those guys last week that, us having a JV program is, it's huge for our program going forward as a varsity program. So what they do on Saturdays and Mondays, are going to carry over to Fridays here in a year or two.
Yeah, I talked with Coach Faust about that a couple of weeks ago. You want to give young guys bites they can chew, and sometimes that's not on Friday night. They got to, face guys their own age and their own experience level to gain that confidence to go to the next level.
Well, and that's the thing. Like the last few years, we've had to throw those freshmen and sophomores in that maybe weren't ready for a Friday night. Yeah. You throw them out there against a state runner-up North Judson team or some of the teams that we face. We face a really good competition. The HNAC's a great conference. It's a great conference for smaller schools, and the success that teams have had in the conference. I forget how many state championships we've had come out of this conference, and it's been a lot of them in various sports. So really proud of our conference. They did a great job organizing that, and but again, we don't want to throw 14, 15-year-old boys out to play against men that, might be 18, 19, or shaven and probably have more facial hair than me.
Well, man, I want to thank you for taking the time, spending a few minutes with us here, and I'm sure we'll run into each other as we go down the road, and good luck to you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out, and obviously all the support and coverage you provide for Culver and all the area schools.
It's Mike Zahner, the athletic director at Culver, and stay there.
Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana. Serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at absolutephc.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer.
And we're back live at Culver High School. Rusty Nix and Joe McKee, where we've watched Triton take a 28-0 halftime lead here in our Max 98.3 game of the week. And it has been one of those nights at times for Culver, but they seem to have had the ability to get a few things going. It's one of those nights where you're really interested in what your kids show you here in the second half, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. They had some momentum there toward the end of the second quarter. They had a 1st and goal. Great opportunity to score in Triton, but then a penalty threw them back there and kind of stalled that drive. Toward the end of the second quarter, their defense kind of stepped up. We've seen some big plays, and I don't know that they can come back from 28 points, but I don't know they can't. But, I mean, you want to go forward and build on the good things that you see and improve on the things that you can improve on.
And, you did have some things to build on, so now you got to figure out a way to consistently do that here in the second half and, if nothing else, win the second half.
Yeah, and they had some success there right toward the end about running, too. And in that first quarter, I think they were probably negative yards. But they're going to have to give their quarterback a little more time to throw. I think some adjustments are going to have to be made at halftime for that. But they have the ability to go deep on Triton. I mean, they've had some open receivers, underthrown passes, drop pass there. They've had the ability to make some big plays on them.
If you give Jonas McCune enough time, he's going to pick you apart. He showed that. He was really good with a short passing game and showed you he can throw the long ball, too.
And I haven't seen him throw a wobble yet. I
mean,
he has a tight spiral. So, he's a really good quarterback, very accurate, good arm. He just needs to be able to step into the throw.
Let's take a quick break. We come back for the second half kickoff. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
Johnson Danielson Funeral Home has been established in the community of Plymouth since 1879, and its staff is committed to providing care that goes beyond the expected in serving today's families who call Marshall County their home. They welcome families seeking options and alternative ways to pay tribute to someone, from burial packages to pre-planning to planning a checklist. The professionals, along with caring staff at Johnson Danielson, are available to assist your family 24 hours a day by simply calling 574-936-2829. Visit their website at johnsondanielson.com for a complete list of services. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Service beyond expectation.
We are at Culver High School. Rusty Nixon with Joe McKee, the Triton Trojans, Culver Cavaliers in our game of the week, 28-0. Triton with the lead. I'm looking at a few of these scores here. This is an interesting night.
There's some surprises out there.
Week 3 in football. You got Wawasee is leading Northwood 7-6 in the second quarter.
And, a couple of years ago, Wawasee was over. I mean, they were...
a couple of years in a row, they were over.
Yeah, they are definitely on the rise. They had a nice win last week, too.
They beat Jimtown in week 1.
So
you're looking at a team that there's some positive things happening in Wawasee. They're ahead right now in the second quarter. Also, Plymouth ahead of Northridge, and 14-7 the score there, also in the second quarter. I know talking with Adam Hanley this week, they really had a bad taste in their mouth about last year's game, that they felt like they should have gotten that one and they didn't, and I know that was an emphasis this week. Warsaw 34-0 over Goshen. Game of the night, though, this is one that I wouldn't mind being at. Mishawaka 24, Concord 21. That one's in the second quarter. I wonder how many helmets have come off in that one.
There's some athletes out there.
There's some football being played out there. Boone Grove and Bremen. Bremen will be on our Game of the Week next week. They'll be playing LaVille. We'll have that game for you. Bremen leads at 7-0. That one in the second quarter. On our sister station, WKVI, Knox and Culver Academy in the well, it's this first quarter. I'm sure they've probably gotten to the second quarter by now. 24-7 the score there. Knox out in front. Glenn and Rensselaer Central, no score in the second quarter. New Prairie and South Bend St. Joe tied at 7 in the first half. Now, where's the other one I wanted to? Here, of course, Triton leading this one 28-0, and there was a LaVille score. There we go. Second quarter, LaVille also will be a part of our Game of the Week next week. They're ahead in the second quarter over Central Noble 14-9. So quick rundown of our scores around the area as we're ready for the second half kickoff. And Caleb McCune kicks a nice high ball all the way down, fumbled at the 20 by Gavin Ripple. He'll find his way through some traffic. And Drake Zorich will take him to the turf at the 30. It'll be 1st and 10, Triton.
And, that's what Culver's going to need a turnover here. We haven't had any turnovers this game, so now would be a great time for Culver to get one.
Well, it would certainly turn everything, especially momentum, in your favor for a little bit, which is really what you want. You want to get something going here.
And we'll see how Triton comes out. They were a little flat there toward that second quarter on offense and defense. So
1st and 10, they have the football at the 31, and Gage Riffle will bring him out. Jaden Overmeyer, the running back. And also in the backfield here, looks like Gayhart will take the snap. Actually, he'll hand it to Overmeyer. He goes right up the middle. Gayhart at that fullback spot was just to the right of Riffle in that pistol formation. Pickup of about 2 or 3. They'll knock him down at the 34, and it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Again, nice job by Culver's defense there, keeping everything in front of them. They got to clog some holes here. Triton's ran 2 open in that first half.
Play comes in from the sideline. Riffle passing it on to everybody in that huddle. They'll come out with a wide out to the right side. Or left side, I should say. That is Callahan. Snap, handoff to Overmeyer, and a big play. Once again, guess who? Theron Carrington shoots his way in there, and once again, Carrington has a big tackle for a loss.
And I think he started out the game at middle linebacker, and they moved him down to nose tackle, so that was one of the adjustments they made, and he's made a real difference since being there.
He has definitely got a motor. And once again, though, that's that position, that nose tackle or those tackles down low. If you got some speed, you can make yourself enormously pesky. Snap, fake handoff, throw out to the right on the screen. Gayhart.
That's trouble.
He's got open space in front of him, one man to beat. He's off to the races. And they're not going to catch him. Carr can't get an angle to stop him, and a pickup of 70 on the screen pass out to the right side, and a touchdown for Triton.
So those big plays. They started off the game with an 80-yarder, and there's a 70-yard pass after Culver had 2 nice defensive plays in a row.
Gayhart just got out there, and there was just nobody out there.
Yeah, you've seen that open up as soon as he threw that ball.
So now for the extra point is Callahan. 34-0 now, 10:19 to play in the third period. And we have a whistle here, or what's going on? White hat coming in. He wants to I don't know what that was about, but snap is down, the kick is up, line drive looks good, is good. And so didn't take long, 10:19 to play in the third, 35-0 our score. Triton out in front. We'll be right back.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marion and beyond. Find out more about Marion University's Ancilla College through our website at marion.edu/Ancilla today.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nixon along with Joe McKee, 35-0. Triton out in front here. Max 98.3 game of the week, as we said at halftime. Don't forget, next week we will be at LaVille. Maybe I ought to tell Will Hostrauser we're going to be there. I haven't done that yet. Maybe I ought to get a hold of him.
LaVille Bremen, that's going to be
LaVille Bremen is going to. That's a war.
Yeah, it is.
That is a war, and both those teams, Bremen especially, wanting to get something going. They were both in the lead at halftime. We'll see how those scores work out. Callahan will kick it off here. It's 35-0. That kick is right down the middle. Going to take a hop and going to be chased down there by Banks. He'll make a man miss, comes forward with it, and he'll be drugged to the turf at about the 22. It'll be 1st and 10, Culver.
Well, let's get something going. The short pass plays, that's definitely been a positive for them.
Short pass plays have been there. They've had a couple of guys open on the deep routes as well. Question has been how much time Jonas has to throw the football. So McCune comes from the sideline with the play. Clock running at 9:38, 35-0 the score. Triton out in front. Jonas McCune with Carr to his right, wideouts to both sides. And, boy, he tried to give it to Carr, and then the ball popped in the air. Was that read option again? And I don't know what look they're giving McCune, but he's having a little bit of trouble deciding whether he wants to hand it or not.
That was a little late decision there, and Carr wasn't ready for the ball there. They're lucky to still have that.
Got popped in the air, and Jonas McCune was able to recover it, so clock continues to run at 9 minutes. And a play will come in from the sideline here. 13 on the play clock. They better hurry.
I think they're giving him a fresh 25.
Yeah, they're going to give him 25. Not sure what. Now they're going to stop all the clocks. I'm not sure what they're doing over here as the officials are looking off to the sidelines here. I'm not sure why they're holding up the game, but something in the parking lot over the right side here. One of the officials, white hat's gone all the way over the parking lot.
Is his name really White Hat?
I don't know. That's what I call him. He's got a white hat on.
He is on the parking lot, isn't he?
He went all the way out to the parking lot for some reason and now coming running back on, but not sure what that was about. So maybe his car was on. Car alarm might have been going off. Who knows? All right, clock running now at 8:44. 35-0 the score. Culver trails it. They have the football. Wideouts to both sides. Men in the slots on both sides. Back to throw. Straight down the middle. Man is open. And Jackson had it. And then dropped it when he hit the turf. Made a nice sliding, diving catch. And just couldn't hold it all the way to the ground. So that was a good pass.
That was. The middle of the field's been open. And if I'm Triton's coach, I'm going to shore that up because I'm sure other teams are going to see that.
Right on the hash marks on both sides, especially on the right side. It has been open. And that every time they've been open there, it's a slot man that comes in through there too. So McCune ready, Carr to his right. Wide receiver to the right side this time. Carr gets a handoff, nowhere to go as he is rudely taken to the turf by a couple of Triton defenders. The first one there, I believe, was Prater. And so now 4th down and long, and McCune will kick it away. Jaden Overmeyer will go back to the 50 to wait the kick. Last kick was a low-line drive. They almost could have blocked it just standing on the line. It was that low. Snap is good. Kicks away. This one better.
Not too bad.
A little higher. It's going to bounce about the 48. Take a Culver hop and Be down at the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Triton. So the Trojans will get their second possession here in the second half. They lead at 35-0. We'll see what they have dialed up. And like you said, they just, other than honestly, they had a 70-yard pass play, but the first two plays of this half, they seemed a little bit out of sorts on the running game. A couple of good plays. So now they come out. They've got the running back, Gayhart, to the left of Riffle. Snap. He'll roll to the left. That's actually a wildcat. That's Overmeyer taking the snap. He'll run out of bounds at about the 40. It'll be First Source Bank first down. Zorich runs him out. Zorich
is a player.
He's just everywhere.
I mean, he is a player. He's putting it all out there.
1st and 10 Triton. And the clock running at 5:54. Out of the huddle. Once again, you've got Overmeyer in the quarterback spot. So it looks like that kind of a wildcat setup. The quarterback is not out there. Ripple is not on the field. Overmeyer just takes the snap, goes to the right. Drops the football. It's on the turf, and covering it is Gayhart. Overmeyer went to the right and dropped it. So I don't know if Gage Riffle is injured or whether this is just a wrinkle they're wanting to work on. But
I think there's probably something they're wanting to work on, Rusty.
Jaden Overmeyer is at the quarterback spot. And, you know, this becomes an interesting problem for a defensive coordinator because Overmeyer can throw the football.
He can.
You watched him in pregame. He can spin it a little bit. So you don't really know what he's going to do. He'll take the snap. This is what he likes to do. He'll just run to the right, make some people miss. He'll be drugged down in the secondary after a nice gain of about 8 or 9. It'll be a first down for Triton, brought to you by
First Source Bank. I got to think he's got to be getting up close to 200 yards anyway.
Well, I'm sure he's over. He's got to be close to 200 at this point, I would think.
He had 100 in the first quarter. We were pretty sure of that.
Well, one of them was an 80-yard run on the first play of the game, so
that helps pad the stats
a little bit. Does make your yards per carry go up a little bit, too. He'll be at quarterback again. Gayhart, the running back. Snap. He'll go to the left this time. Looking for somewhere to go. McCune runs him to the corner, and he'll get run out of bounds there by Carr. And run out of bounds after a gain of about 4. Going to be second down and 6. Football at the 21-yard line. 3:50 and counting here in the third quarter.
I'm trying to look for Riffle over there on the sideline.
I think I see him. He's right there with the next to the coach there. So he appears to be perfectly fine. So this is just something they want to work on, evidently. 35-0. And you never know. He'll hand it off. Oh, boy. And once again, there's at the freshman again, Colton Falk.
They got a couple of really nice freshman players.
He came with, I don't know if he beat his block or just didn't get blocked. He came untouched and introduced himself to the running back.
And how good does the freshman feel making that play?
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
I know.
How good do you feel right now?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And that's the second one that Falk has had. Yeah, he's at that nose spot. He and Carrington have been a motor right there in the middle. Now Overmeyer out at quarterback. Slot to the right. Now Falk runs him away out of the pocket. Overmeyer beats him to the corner. He'll pick up a nice gain on that one, about 10, maybe 12. But Falk was right behind him all the way.
And he never gave up on that play, too. He was trying to run him down. What great. This freshman class from Culver, it's showing me a lot. They're going to be something to contend with going forward.
And a lot of these guys are kind of big for freshmen as well, which doesn't hurt the matter. Play comes in from the sideline with Callahan for Triton as Overmeyer will continue to run that quarterback spot.
I'd let him throw it.
Well, I don't know. This is we'll see what happens. He's going to hand it to Gayhart this time, who's going to pick his way back across the right side of the formation.
That's why.
And I think he got in there.
That's why I don't coach.
He got a lot of help on that outside as Gayhart able to run it into the end zone, and it's 41-0 now. Triton with the lead.
I think that's something they were just working on. They may need that, further down in the season, or
you never know.
Special situations. Maybe the game goes in overtime and they want to go into Wildcat, 1st and 10.
You've shown you can do it now. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. And so that'll make it 42-0. Minute 13 to play here in the third period. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
Restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's.
At Culver High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, minute 13 in the third period. It's 42-0 Triton. And they'll kick it away to Culver here after a scoring drive. I think what you're seeing here is what happens when you have as many guys as they have with all the experience they have. That, to me, is what's showing here is Triton's got some guys out there who've been battle-tested for 3 years.
They look a little more comfortable this week than they did last week. And, the opponent, Bremen, last week was a very good opponent. But they just look a little more in sync. So I think they're –
every week I think Triton's going to get better. And the kick is into the middle of the field, going to hit at the feet of Banks. He'll pick it up, and, boy, he gets ripped into down there by the coverage. And that appears to be Tyler Payton, another freshman out on the field for Triton. Boy, he is going to be a player. I don't care what you say. He just looks like a football player.
He does. We noticed that right off the bat.
Saw him last week a couple of times in that game. And so now Ripple, Ripple's obviously okay. He's back at that free safety spot here on defense.
But it looks like they may have some substitutes in there on defense.
Yeah,
there's some starters too. I think they're starting to sprinkle in some substitutes.
I would think they probably would like to do that here. 25 seconds to play in the third period. Handoff up the middle. Carr finds a yard or two. He'll be knocked down just past the 25-yard line at the 26. Actually, almost to the 27. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. And that's going to be it for the third quarter. Well, we played 3 here on the Max 98.3 Game of the Week. Our score is Triton 42 and Culver nothing. We'll be right back.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning-fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
In a world where there's so many ways to get your news, stay connected by finding out information about your school, local news, along with sports and current events. With a subscription to the Pilot News, they bring you everything you need to know right at your fingertips or on your doorstep. Call Circulation today and ask for their monthly special. Call 574-936-3101 today. Pilot News, Marshall County's news source since 1851.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. Culver with the football as we start the fourth quarter here. They have it 2nd and 8 at the 27. Is that YMCA?
YMCA, yeah. I'm surprised we're not up doing it here in the booth. We should be.
I don't know. I'm not a dancer. If you'd seen me, you'd know why. People are frightened if I get up to dance.
I'm right there.
Snap comes a little forward pitch to Jackson, cutting back across on the counter. McCune took the snap, just handed it forward, and Jackson will pick up about 4. So it'll be 2nd down and 5, football just across the 30. Once again, it's something we've been talking about since late in the second quarter. Culver just wants to sustain something here, get something going that you can carry into next week. Snap, McCune back to throw. He's got a man open on the outside, just a little bit overthrown.
You know, that's the first ball I've really seen him miss.
Jordan Green couldn't quite get there. That is a tough throw, though.
That's
you throw that back to the sideline like that?
He's made that throw all night, though. I mean, he's been so darn accurate. Little off there.
Well, if you can give him time to throw, he can pick you apart. 4th down and 5 now, and Jonas McCune will kick it away. And I don't think that's Jaden Overmeyer, but he's been the guy back all night. A little bit of a high snap, and McCune just gets it away. And it's going to roll, nice roll for Culver, down to the 35. And back there is Caden Bradley to receive that kick. It'll be 1st and 10 Triton with 10:30 to play in this one. They lead at 42-0.
Well, I got to think they're going to show some of their substitutes here, which it looks like they are.
They're going to have, most of them are the offensive linemen. They're bringing in a bunch of guys.
And what a great experience for, a JV or freshman to play Friday night.
Charlie Warsham will be at one of the tackle spots. He's just a sophomore.
Oh, they still got.
Now coming on, they're going to bring Shue back out, the senior. He's going to be on the other side. But
they still got Overmeyer in there at quarterback, though.
Brookins is still at the center position. You've also got Prater still out there at that left guard, back to throw.
He's going to throw.
I think that's probably why they left him out there. Let him do this a couple of times. He'll throw it downfield, and Jonas McCune steps in front of it, almost had himself a pick.
Pavs was a little underthrown, but is well defended there.
McCune had that played perfectly.
Now here comes they gave him that one play.
They wanted him to throw the football once before they took them all out. Now the JV offense going to come on. We'll try to get these names for you as we see them. Kitson Phipps will be the quarterback. He's just a freshman, and he's still trying to count heads, make sure he's got 11 guys there. Play comes in, and running back next to him will be Tyler Payton, another freshman. Wide out to the left side. Snap, they'll hand it to Payton. He'll move it forward about a yard. Driven to the turf there by Keneal Anthanasamy.
Looks like Culver still has most of their starters out there on defense.
I don't know how if you want to have a JV game, you probably got to pick and choose their quarters pretty carefully. Kitson Phipps now. Believe me, I live with a JV coach who complains about that every Friday night. Handoff forward as Payton will take it to the left side, gets into the secondary, and he gets ripped into by guess who?
Yeah. He's having a game.
Drake Zorich right there. And so it's a first down brought to you by First Source Bank at the 47-yard line. Clock running at 7:40. A 42-0 Triton lead. Braylon Jackson will come off here for Culver. And coming on is, didn't get a number over there. It looks like 16. That would be not 16.
Oh, he fumbled.
14. Fumble in the middle. And looks like it's going to stay Triton football. They're holding up two fingers. Samuel DeMarco will come on that defensive line for Culver here.
Recovered by Lex Mowbray.
Culver still wants to stop him here. I mean, there's still a lot of pride out there, and they want to go down and score, too. They don't want their shutout.
6:55. Now they're going to make another quick change here as they come out. That is Matthew Bloomquist coming out. And coming to the sideline, Shane Martin. Now a snap, handoff to Payton again. He is hitting the backfield, breaks the tackle, gets some running room. He's down to about the 45 or 35, I should say, which should be good for another first down. Brought to you by First Source Bank.
And Payton, you know, he's a freshman also too. So let's say that he's going to be a player. He's listed at 5'9", 155, but he looks a little bigger than that.
Yeah, he does look. Just a tad bit bigger than that. He'll come off here, and coming on is 42, but that's not 42. That's not Vincent Prater. But he is a running back, and Phipps is a quarterback. He'll hand it to him, and picking his way behind the backs, and somehow getting out of trouble and getting free all the way down to the 15.
That's Culver's ball.
And Culver has the football. That's zigzagging run there. That may have been Vinny Prater.
It was Prater.
His 42 jersey on. He wears 54 when he's on the offensive line, but he got a running play there, and he got down to the 15 but fumbled the football, and it's 1st and 10 Culver.
Nice play, but there's our first turnover of the game.
So 5:23 to play, 42-0 Triton, and Culver with a chance to get some offense going here. It's going to be McCune out there at quarterback. Carr still the running back. Wideouts to both sides, Jackson and Green. McCune, snap. He'll hand it off to Carr. He'll go to the right side. Has some running room. Great block on the edge by Jackson. Springs him, and he's free for a 25-yard gain out to the 40.
That's got to be their longest rush of the night.
Carr with a nice run, but a great block on the edge by Braylon Jackson. Did just what you're supposed to do as a wide receiver. He set that edge for Carr in a big game. 1st and 10, clock running at 4:30. 42-0 Triton with the lead. Coming out, McCune has wide receivers to both sides. Carr, the running back still. Snap. He'll take it again. This time goes right up the middle. He'll pick up a couple. Be 2nd down and 8. Football going to be marked at the 42.
Still a nice run on 1st down. Got some positive yards. Still plenty of time. 4 minutes and 3 timeouts.
Be big to get a score here right at the end of this game. And like I said, give yourself something to look forward to next week as you've shown you can do something. McCune ready to go. Snap. Handoff, a double handoff coming back the other way.
Yeah,
he's free. That is the other McCune, Caleb. He's got a lot of running room. He's all the way down to the 20. Handoff went to Carr towards the right side. He handed it inside. Handoff to McCune coming back the other way. And the misdirection brings it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
And it looks like McCune's maybe got the wind knocked out of him right there. He's kind of hunched over, but he's not coming out.
No, he's going to stay out there. That's Caleb McCune, the wide receiver who had that run. Now Jonas, the quarterback, has him out. Carr, the running back, to his right. Jackson in motion. They'll give it to him. He's going to come across the green on the right side, cuts it back up, gets into the secondary. He's really close. They're going to give it to him.
There we go.
Braylon Jackson from 24 yards out runs it in, and Culver has their first score of the night with 2:40 to play.
And that's a big score. I mean, that really is for Culver. There we got the Culver flag running down there.
Out. Gives everybody something to feel good about heading into next week, as you've shown you can do some things. I tell you what, if they can shore up that offensive line and give Jonas McCune a chance to throw the football, they are going to be okay.
They can be, absolutely.
2:10 to play. McCune, snap. He'll hand it off on the 2-point conversion. Carr looking for somewhere to go. He'll break a tackle and go in for 2 points. So it's 42-8 now. The score is Culver able to hang their hat on a great scoring drive. Take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning-fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Back at Culver High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, Max 98.3 Game of the Week as Culver's pushed one across, made it 42-8 here with 2:02 to play, and they'll kick it away.
And if I'm Culver, I go onside kick.
I don't know why not.
Mean, just to practice it.
Exactly.
Because you may need that in a game situation. And this is a great time to practice it.
And they're going to set it up here on the near hash mark. So we'll see if maybe they will do something. I agree with you completely.
There's no reason not to.
This is a chance for you to work on something at game speed that you're not going to get a chance to do a lot. So back to kick it is going to be Caleb McCune. And I said he's on the left hash. He's going to kick it away. He's going to kick it right down over the head of Prater into the end zone.
I think Triton was kind of thinking they were going to onside kick that too. They had everybody up.
Prater was the man in the return spot. He and Gavin Riffle were both back. People have to remember, Vinny Prater was a heck of a running back. Until this year started. So it's not like he's not capable of stepping into that. And the twos will be on again as quarterback Kitson Phipps will bring him out, the freshman. Play comes on from the sideline. Boy, Tyler Payton, a freshman, he is. I just really feel like he's going to be a good player. He's a running back here to the right of Phipps. Wide out to the right side with a man in the slot. Snap, they'll hand it off to Payton. He'll come back across the right side looking for room to run. He's got it. They'll run him out of bounds at about let's see where they mark it. It looked like the 30 to me, but you're going to give him a little more than that. The 31, a first down brought to you by First Source Bank.
Probably will have one more play.
46 seconds left in this one, and you're right. They'll probably try to run one more. Yes, Phipps will have it out. And, you want your guys to have, they all lost a quarter of playing time in the JV game, so you want them to have as many plays as you can get. Snap and the handoff to Payton. He'll come back to the right side this time. Makes a guy miss. Gets into the secondary. He's not going to, he breaks a tackle, and he's gone.
Last play.
Last play of the game. Tyler Payton will take it to the house. A run of 70 yards.
And he gave a stiff arm, a couple cuts. That's a good-looking freshman.
That is a heck of a freshman. And he'll run it in to end the game. So that'll end it with a final score here of 48-8. And we'll take a break. We come back, we'll have our post-game show. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
Time now for the postgame, brought to you by McDonald's.
I better bring my mic back in front of my face here. We are back at Culver High School, our final. What ended up, 48?
48 didn't kick the, yeah.
They didn't kick the extra point. Of course, time had run out, but you know, they bookended this game. Triton did.
They did.
First and last play of the game, go for 6.
That's and both
gigantic draw it
big
up.
plays, yeah.
I think they were both exactly 70-yard runs too.
Yeah,
both of them. You know, you're going to come away with this, and you see the final score and all that stuff. But what you're looking at here, in my mind, is you're seeing two teams at different stages of where they are. Triton has a bunch of guys, senior laden, a lot of speed, a lot of size. They've been around. They've been battle tested for 3 years. On the other side, you got Culver with some really nice older pieces that are helping some young guys find their way to that position.
But the cupboard's not bare for Culver.
No.
There's a lot of good-looking freshmen out there playing, and they're going to grow, get more mature. This is great experience for them. Now, you know, losing 48-0 is not a great experience, but they made some great, or 48-6. They made 8. They made some great plays out there, though, in defense. There's a lot of good things to build on.
Triton, on the other hand, you know, just got better over the week.
They did.
And what you're going to see, I think, is they're going to become more comfortable, and they're just going to continue to look better week after week.
I mean, they're a team to watch going throughout the year. I mean, like you said, they have gotten better since last week. They look more in the flow. I will say I watched Riffle shake hands there, and he was limping a little bit, Rusty. So they might have just precautionary. I mean, it didn't look bad. I'm sure it's nothing. But, yeah, they looked a lot stronger, confident this week.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll name our play of the game. I think that's pretty obvious, but we'll make it official here in just a moment. So stay tuned. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's. Here's a play of the game brought to you by Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
Well, I think the play of the game, it's pretty obvious. You and I both agree.
Yeah. I mean,
first play of the game.
When it happened, we kind of knew. I mean, that just set the tone for the whole game. And, you know, what a great start to the game for Triton.
Jaden Overmeyer with a 70-yard run on the very first play of the game tonight. That is our play of the game. Stay there. We'll come back. We'll make it official. I think we're pretty much in agreement on this one, too, on our player of the game. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week, our final here. Triton 48 and Culver 8.
Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana. Serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at absolutephc.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer. Bourbon Street Pizza presents the player of the game.
And once again, I think it goes back to it started with the first play of the game. I think we agree on this one, too, as our player of the game is
Jaden Overmeyer.
Yeah. He had close to 100 yards in that first quarter. He had to be touching 200 by the end. I don't have official numbers, but he had to be close.
Only thing he didn't do is complete a pass.
Yeah.
And he threw one pass. I mean, he was running the Wildcat there basically most of the fourth quarter and looked really comfortable and just a veteran. I mean, you know, he's been around. He knows, really comfortable in the offense. So really nice player.
So our player of the game, Jaden Overmeyer of Triton, and stay there. We'll sum this up in just a moment. It's our post-game show here on Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
Who doesn't like pizza, right? But have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe. It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. And let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argus, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you. Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Well, we're back. Culver High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee finishing it up. Our final here is Triton 48 and Culver 8, and a couple of interesting scores here. Can it possibly be 3 overtimes with Plymouth?
Oh, I didn't see that.
21-14 the score. Northridge with the lead, but it says third overtime, so I'm not sure whether they just misdid the third period.
Yeah, boy, that
would be an interesting development. 7-6 Wawasee defeating Northwood so far in the second period. Next week, well, here's one, 44-21. I knew Culver would come back and score some points. The Redskins, though, knocked out.
Knox is
they
good.
Basically, yeah. They've got the best running back in the state of Indiana without any question about it. And that game going on probably still right now over on WKVI if you want to switch over and listen on our sister station. But next week, we are going to be in LaVille. Bremen now ahead of Boone Grove right now in the third quarter, 19-0. Them trying to get back into that win column. And now LaVille taking command of their game, too, in the third quarter, 35-9. But that'll be our matchup next week as we head to LaVille for LaVille and Bremen.
And that's going to be a war, like you said.
I
mean, that's I'm looking forward to that game.
That will be a war. And don't forget a couple of programming notes before we go. Tomorrow morning at 7, we'll start our trip through Marshall County. We'll talk to all the head football coaches about their matchups tonight and get the down low from them. And we'll also talk to our winner of the Tony the Boss Ross Player of the Week Award. Archer Rust from Glenn was our recipient this week. He'll be on to talk with us for a few minutes, and we'll name our new winner for this week and find out who that's going to be. So that is tomorrow, and I think I'm in the way here. I'm always in the way. And don't forget, next week we'll be on the air at 6:30. Our kickoff at 7. It'll be LaVille and Bremen. Thanks for joining me tonight, man. Appreciate it. And thank you to all you for listening. That's going to do it here. Our final, once again, is Triton 48 and Culver 8. Have yourselves a great evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning.
Tonight's game brought to you by Coca-Cola, Hoosier Tire, Marion's University Ancilla College, First Federal Bank, Big Coffee, McDonald's, Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, Bourbon Street Pizza, Culver Portside Marina, Marshall County REMC, the Pilot News Group, Marshall County Fiber, Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Don't forget to visit us online at sportsthemax.net, on Facebook, and on the web.